Haunted houses can send shivers up our spine. But have you ever entertained the idea that maybe a ghost just wants to say hi? From houses to hotels to theaters, there are some haunted places that you just can't walk away from. As we get started, take a moment to subscribe to our channel, give this video a like, and join our notification squad. Hola! Did you hear about our latest addition to our family? The Richest Espanol is the perfect place for all you native Spanish speakers out there. Don't speak Spanish? No problem. Come on over. This is the perfect place to practice. Amazing facts, interesting people, and funny pictures. 10th Avenue Theater. Located in San Diego, California, the 10th Avenue Theater started off as a chapel for the First Baptist Church of San Diego in the mid-1920s. The chapel was then sold and turned into a theater in the early 2000s. Since then, the theater's resident ghosts are known to the world. There are at least 4 ghosts at the theater, from a British lieutenant from World War II, a young teenage girl, a pastor, and even a neat freak who stirs up activity if the bathrooms are dirty. Bel Air House. In Bel Air, Ohio, there is a little house that has been stirring up a lot of talk in the paranormal world. The home sat abandoned for years before being purchased by Kristen Lee. It didn't take long before she started noticing things like a gray apparition leaning across the couch. The family would experience intense activity, such as being physically touched by spirits. In fact, future tenants would leave after a few months because of the activity. So Lee opened the house up for ghost hunting by paranormal teams. John Douglas Brown House. The John Douglas Brown House is located in Alexandria, Virginia, and was built around 1775. Patrick Murray was the original owner, and John Douglas Brown and his family owned the house starting in 1816. The house has since joined the Registry of Historic Place and is visited by numerous people each year. Of course, with lots of visits, includes lots of ghost sightings. One of the most popular ghost encounters is the sighting of Revolutionary War soldiers standing at watch. Black Swan Inn. The Black Swan Inn might have been built in the 1800s, but the history of the land goes back thousands of years. There was a lot of tension between Texas and Mexico to the point where it affects the land to this day. Visitors of the Black Swan Inn have reported seeing numerous apparitions, especially on the second floor. It is believed that the spirits of the owners, Jolene Woods and her husband Paul Park Street, still remain in their home, welcoming guests with spooky things like temperature drops and flickering lights. Post Town Elementary. Middleton, Ohio is home to an old elementary school. The school opened in 1937, and within a mile of the property, there were a lot of train-related accidents that contributed to the hauntings at the school. Eventually, the school was closed, and it was bought in 2004 by Darrell Wiseman and his wife, Brenda. The couple lived in the school, and it has become quite the hotspot for ghost hunters, especially with all footstep sounds that are reportedly made. According to witnesses, the hauntings are very positive, so if you get scared, it's like being freaked out by Casper. Oh, so friendly. Thomas House Hotel. The Thomas House Hotel is located in Red Boiling Springs, Tennessee, and was built in 1890. The Thomas House is an inn, and if you want to encounter a ghost, rumor has it that room 37 is the most active. Shadowy figures have been spotted, crashing sounds heard, and an organ makes noise even when it's not functional. An apparition of an old lady has also been spotted. Guests hear whistling, and pictures on the wall have disappeared and reappeared again in the gift shop. Jenny Wade House. In July of 1863, the Union and Confederate Army clashed at the Battle of Gettysburg. The battle was one of the most intense moments of the Civil War. Jenny Wade was the only civilian to not make it to the end of the 3-day situation. Her home still stands today, and the damage from the event is still visible. Visitors have reported cold spots, footsteps, and creepy feelings throughout the house, including even getting touched. Could it be Jenny Wade still hanging out in the home and baking bread? St. Albans Sanatorium. Albans Lutheran Boys' School was built, where childhood shenanigans definitely contributed to the activity that remains in the building today. In 1916, the school was converted into a sanatorium, and there were questionable practices taking place like electroshock therapy and hydrotherapy. By 1945, over 6,000 patients were treated by a staff of only 48. By the 1990s, the sanatorium closed down. Today, all of the events of the past still remain behind these closed doors, and and ghost hunters rarely walk away without ghostly encounters, like footsteps, talking, paranormal tech going off, or even physical contact. Old South Pittsburgh Hospital. The Old South Pittsburgh Hospital was founded in 1959, and it served the small town in the Tennessee mountains. When a larger facility opened in the 90s, the small hospital ultimately closed in 1998. Even though there are no more medical procedures or patients in the hospital, there are reports of shadowy figures running about the place. Disembodied voices have been heard, gadgets go off, and there is even a shadow man that has been spotted that's apparently 7 feet tall. Sallie House. The Sallie House is considered to be the home of the Heartland Ghost. Located in Atchison, Kansas, the Sallie House was once the home of the town's doctor, whose family lived on the upper floor. The house is believed to be haunted by a young girl named Sally, who had appendicitis, and the surgery to save her was unsuccessful. Sightings of Sally started in 1993, and the house has remained very active to this day. Visitors have seen not only Sally, but they've been touched, and spontaneous fires have even been ignited. Which haunted place would you most like to visit? Tell us in the comments below. Be sure to take a moment to subscribe to our channel and check out some of these other awesome videos from The Richest. And before you go, don't forget to check out all of the new and exciting content over at The Richest Espanol. Adios!